Yes, Detective, you wanted to speak with me? Yes, sir. Yes, I've been the butler at this estate for the last 18 years. Yes, sir, 18. Well, the pay is good, and the family does reward loyalty as well as hard work. As long as a person is willing to work hard, keep their mouth shut if the press calls them up, then the family appreciates it. Yes, sir. Um, Honestly, Detective Sanders, I really don't even know why you're interviewing me. I mean, I wasn't here when, well, I wasn't here when Mrs. Volton had her accident. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, Detective. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, the truth of the matter is, it does look rather suspicious, but I'm not a gossip. If you want to hear the latest gossip, well, most of the maids are standing outside this room, lined up against the walls, along with the other servants that you wanted to interview. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, well, that makes sense, Detective. Obviously, you'd want to interview those employees who have been here the longest. Yes, sir. Hmm. What was the missus like? Yes, I understand, Detective. I understand. She was a hateful, miserable woman. I'm sure you'll have a lot of the other employees lying to you about that fact, but that's the way she was. She could hold a grudge like you wouldn't believe. Oh, an example of what I mean. Well, this was about 5 years back, but I'll never forget it. We had a young maid. She was a replacement, sort of a last second replacement. Things seemed to work out perfectly fine. The missus would usually keep her cheap jewelry out on the nightstand, and most of her expensive pieces were hidden away, yes, or safety deposit box at the bank. Oh, yes, Detective, oh, yes. Anyway, this young maid who was a last second replacement for a dinner party did something very stupid. Harmless, but stupid. Oh, yes, the missus liked to entertain, and people knew better than to turn down her invitations. Yes, yes. She had a lot of influence in this state, and even more in the town. But still. Anyway, apparently, according to her, she caught this young maid stealing her cheaper jewelry, a pair of earrings, if I believe. The maid tried to explain that she had never seen such beautiful sapphire earrings before, and she was just trying them on. Was she lying? Was she telling the truth? Considering how young she was, and the fact that it turned out she had a clean criminal record, I'd say it's 50-50. Anyway, she was fired immediately. You'd think that would be the end of it. But the next day, police showed up at her door and arrested her for theft. Even though she put the earrings back. Anyway, the public defender apparently managed to argue and convince the judge that he should show leniency, and the judge did. This infuriated the missus, absolutely infuriated her. She spent the next 2 years tracking down every single job that this young woman applied to and was hired. And for 2 years, she'd usually work someplace for a week or two. And then the employer would get a call from the missus. And then the young woman would be fired. Well, keep in mind, detective, that this is a shall work state, meaning you can be fired for any reason at all or no reason. It's funny, the law calls it a shall work state, but imagine a boss firing you because he's having a bad day, and you smiled at him and said, "Good morning." Oh yes, that does happen. Yes, detective, that does happen. Yes. Anyway, for 2 years, whatever job this young woman was able to receive, the missus, thanks to a couple of private detectives on the payroll, she would find out, she would call, and the young woman, would lose her job constantly for 2 years. And there were some places where the Mrs. family influence went so far that the young woman couldn't even get an entry-level position at some companies because they were told to look out for her. She's a thief. Well, eventually, after about 2 years, the young woman got a job at a porta potty place, cleaning out construction site porta potties. Oh, there's that darn old-fashioned generator again. Sorry, detective, everything around here is old. Even I'm old. But anyway, the missus found out that this young woman, was cleaning out porta potties. And you know what she was cleaning out. Absolutely disgusting work. But I guess someone has to do it. The missus then found out that the young woman was pregnant. Apparently, she had met a guy and he was willing to stay. But he was poor, so she still had to work. Well, when the missus found out that the young woman was pregnant and working at a porta potty job, she decided to, well, she decided to keep her job. Yeah. Well, I meant she decided to let her keep her job. Yeah. She decided that was punishment enough after 2 years of making sure she lost every other job. And the missus, she has a soft spot for babies. Oh yes, oh yes. She doesn't come from a particularly religious background, but she keeps, well, she used to keep a very close eye on the young female employees. If they got pregnant and decided to keep the baby, she would increase their pay and make sure that the medical bills were covered if the women couldn't cover them themselves. Oh, but if one of those young women went and got an abortion, oh, the missus very quietly, very secretively made their life a living hell. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If you think what she did to that young maid who tried on those sapphire earrings was bad, I could tell you some stories. Well, the missus isn't as discreet as she thinks she is, and there are times when she doesn't care. I've seen her go off in front of the help, not angry at the help, angry at someone else, but she'll go off in front of the help and just expect the help to keep their mouths shut. And that's what I've done for the last 18 years, but you're right. She's gone now. No more secrets. No more. Oh, the accident? The accident that put her in the wheelchair? I don't know the details. All I know is it wasn't a car accident. Not at all. Well, the missus has 3 cars. 2 of them limousines. And I can tell you this, none of those cars were damaged on the day she apparently got into an accident. So most of us just figured that she fell. There is a cliffside with a beautiful view of the sunrise, and she does like to go out there. So most of us thought that's what happened, not an automobile accident. But yes, it left her paralyzed from the waist down. Oh, her children? Yes. Technically, she only has 2. They are both young, grown adults, and they moved out the very first opportunity that both of them had. Oh yes, both the girl and her son. They don't visit too often. No. No, sir, not at all. Like I said, the missus is not a nice person, or she wasn't, not even remotely. But there is also her nephew. Well, he's a bit younger than her natural children, not by a lot, just a bit. He came to live here because the missus' sister, who also married a very wealthy man, she just had enough of his antics, couldn't control him. And, the Mrs. younger sister, she knows how the Mrs. can be, strict, disciplinarian. So she sent him to live here at the estate. How is he? Well, he showed up a couple of years before the accident. He mostly keeps to himself. He's very quiet. I won't lie. Most of the staff thought he was a bit funny, if you know what I mean. Oh, well, most of the staff thought he was part of that generator. Sorry, detective, everything's old around here. Most of the staff thought he was part of the LGBTQ plus community. Definitely a G. Well, we never saw him with any girls. Never. The missus one day caught him in his room kissing a girl. She was disgusted and tossed the girl out. Big public display. So, okay, he's straight. Maybe he's just shy, awkward around them. The missus never hit him, never got physical with him, but, the things she would say to him. And the way she would manipulate him at times. The horrible guilt she made him feel. She would oftentimes call him ungrateful. She provided him with food, shelter. She was financing his vehicle. The missus could be generous when the mood struck her. It rarely did. And after the accident, it struck her even less. Yes. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, detective. She got the best motorized wheelchair money could buy. 2 of them, just in case. Yeah. There was something off, though. Some of the graveyard shift staff members could swear they heard someone walking around. And you must keep in mind that all of the staff members who work graveyard shift, it's mostly security posted outside. Inside, there's only a couple of individuals. One of them is security as well. And they both, sometimes standing still, would swear that they heard someone walking around. But then again, this estate has a mild reputation for being haunted. Yes. Oh, the nephew? Yes, he heard about what happened, and apparently he's driving back from New York. He should be here in a couple of days, I believe. It was just a Well, maybe it was just a horrible tragedy. Like I said, the missus wasn't perfect. Not nearly so. But if you were loyal, if you had worked for her for quite a few years, if there was an issue, especially a financial issue, yes, you could go to her, you could ask her for help, and she would help. Yes, she would. But don't ever cross her. Oh, don't ever remotely cross her. Quite frankly, Detective, I believe that young woman when she said she was just trying them on because she had never seen such beautiful earrings before. For 2 years, the missus made her life hell, and then only stopped when she got pregnant and when she was working one of the most disgusting jobs you can think of. But as for anything else, I mean, this is really all the information I have. The maids, however, especially the head maid, oh, you would not believe how much they gossip. If you're looking for info, especially about the missus, you're better off asking them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. I actually live on the estate in the servants' quarters. So if you have more questions for me later on, absolutely. I'm usually here. Yes, sir. Thank you, Detective.